Hello friends, what's up? Excuse my voice. I've been holding off making a video for a few days thinking that my voice is gonna get better, but clearly it's not getting any better, and I really want to try these damn concealers out. So I'm so sorry, and I promise I will try to make the review as quick and easy as possible. In today's video, we're gonna test out the new Huda Beauty Overachiever concealers that she came out with. I've had these for a while now and I haven't used them because I wanted to make sure I did a first impressions of them. First, because I know they're very talked about on like social media and stuff, so I thought why not do a first impressions review kind of sheet, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get right into the review portion of the video so you guys don't have to listen to me for too long. Huda Beauty actually sent me these concealers, so I haven't bought them yet and I want to see when they come out. I think they might already be out. She came out with 20 colors and it says it's supposed to be creamy and buildable. She also came out with a brush that I'm going to be using because that's how she says that you should use it. It's called the Overachiever concealer and it says it's the MVP of your makeup bag. And I remember when she came out with her foundation, which I actually never ended up using or trying even, because everybody in my life that I knew said that it was such a full coverage cakey foundation that I didn't bother even trying it because I don't like super cakey stuff. But I am going to try this because I love a full coverage concealer. I'm really excited to see if this like lives up to like the Tarte Shape Tape. So this is how the brush looks like, and it's the Face Conceal and Blend brush. So I'm assuming you put the concealer on with this and you blend it out with this. So I'm going to use this. Of course, I don't have any concealer under my eyes right now. You guys can hopefully tell that it is very dark underneath my circles. If you look at this angle, you can see how blue and dark my eye bags are, and I've always had an issue with my eye bags. Personally, on myself, especially for my under eyes, I prefer a more yellow base. So if you compare these two, you can definitely tell this one is way more yellow, and this, so I may use that one. That one's called Cookie Dough. Ooh, granola is really yellow, so I won't use granola. I think I'm just gonna use this one, to be honest, you guys. So it says that it's 31% pure pigment. It's supposed to conceal, soothe, and protect the under eye. And it says that the applicator is meant to depuff, which leaves you looking bright and refreshed. So I guess there's no real way to do this. I'm just gonna apply it and see how it works. I'm gonna go in with Cookie Dough. And I like that she kind of names everything after food. Delicious. If you guys follow me and you know how I do my makeup, you see me putting on an orange concealer first, but I want to try this concealer just as is because I'm really tempted to see how much coverage it has. So here goes nothing. Let's do this. Okay, so right off the bat, I really like the applicator because it's very cooling and I feel like it has a good way of distributing product. And I'm gonna put on a decent amount for sure, just so I can see how cakey it gets if it does get cakey, you know? So then I'm gonna go in with her little blending brush. It looks like this. It's kind of tapered on the side. And I'm going to just start blending this out. The brush is not the softest, like it is a little prickly under the eye. Do you guys see that like it's already kind of drying? Do you guys see like it dries really quick? I don't mind the brush for application, but I just don't feel like the brush is doing like any blending really well. I don't think you guys are able to see that it is leaving streaks. So I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend it out like I normally would my normal concealers and see how that does. Okay, so with the beauty blender, for sure, it's blending out really nicely. I don't have anything bad so far to say about this. I don't know about you guys, but I crease under my under eye regardless. It doesn't matter what concealer it is. I do crease. And the really good thing about this one, I'm noticing right away, is drying to kind of a powdery finish. So it doesn't feel like, I don't feel like I have to set this right now. Like it doesn't feel sticky or wet, if that makes sense. Like a lot of concealers, sometimes when you put them on, they just stay kind of moist on the skin until you set them. This one, when I'm feeling it even with my finger, it feels like it has been set with a powder. If you guys are seeing the difference between my two eyes, so you can see that like compared to this eye, even if I do this, you guys can see how hollow that my eye without the concealer looks. And this one, even though there's literally no orange concealer or anything, this one automatically looks like there's filler in it. Does that make sense? Isn't that so weird? I'm kind of shocked right now. And this one, it just still looks super hollow because of the coloring right here. As to where I put the Huda Beauty concealer, it's nice and like, it looks smooth. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I think you guys can see what I'm saying. Like, look at the difference. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the concealer on the other eye, and I'm also going to set this eye just so I can see a difference. So I'll leave this eye with no baking powder, and this eye I will set with a baking powder. This brush is nice. I see where she was going with this, but I don't feel like it blends out the concealer for myself. I really do prefer the way like a beauty, I know my beauty blender is dirty, I clean it all the time, whatever, but I prefer the way the beauty blender applies the product. I will say that I don't think that you should like put it on and then let it stay, because it does dry fairly quick and it dries to like a powdery finish. So I would say to put it on like one eye, blend it out, and then put it on the other eye and blend it out. I don't mind a concealer that dries up so fast as long as it blends out nice enough while it's still wet. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what, you guys? I think I really like this. Even the color that I chose was cookie dough, and it looks really good. It's not drying. There's no like dry patchiness sometimes I find that like with the NARS, the creamy concealer that comes in a pot. That's one of my favorite concealers, but the problem is it gets so dry so fast and it starts making my under eye look super flaky. I will use the Huda Beauty setting powder because this is one of my favorite setting powders. With this one, I wouldn't be scared if I didn't use a color corrector first, you know? I did set this eye with a baking powder, and then this eye is still not set with the baking powder because I just wanted to see how it like dries down, if it creases. So there's definitely more creasing on the eye where I didn't set it with a powder, but you know what, like it doesn't look horrible. I do like the way that how it looks when it's set with the powder, because I think it looks more flawless. I think it gives it more of like an airbrushed look, whereas the side that hasn't been set yet, I can see, because I do have combination oily skin, so I get oily around like this area here, so I can already kind of see it getting a little shiny, which I hate shiny under eyes. That's like one thing I can't do, is a shiny under eye. I think it looks like you're like sweating and it looks weird. Holy shit, honestly you guys, this is really good. Like, ooh, I'm trying to think of something bad to say, and of course this is my first impression, so like my impression could change once I wear it more, but honestly I have nothing bad to say as of yet. I would say I don't think you guys need the brush. Well, this one is like just like a normal concealer brush, which would be nice to kind of like carve out your brows and stuff, but I'm not a fan of this. I didn't like how it was blending out the concealer. I also wanted to see, you guys, if I could use the concealer, the darker concealers, as maybe a bronzer. I'm gonna put some on the beauty blender, just a little bit. But you guys see when I'm placing it, and like look how the beauty blender is like unable to move it around. So then what I'm gonna do is just try to use the brush. But do you guys get what I'm saying? Like how it's drying out fast. And that's not like a huge problem, because a lot of concealers do that, especially if it's like a thicker concealer. I do find that it dries up quickly on your face, but I think I would stick to using this as an under eye concealer. So now what I want to do is I'm gonna go on the Sephora website, and I want to see how the concealers are priced, because that will also be a huge factor in whether I recommend you guys to get it or not. So this is $38. It's $38 Canadian. So American, I think it would be like 32-ish, $32, $33. The Shape Tape is $35. So there's a $3 difference between them. $3 is not that bad for me, because it's just $3. I really do like the concealer though, honestly. I actually really didn't have high hopes for this, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Just because the foundation was a disappointment to a lot of the people I know, in the sense that it was just too cakey and too full coverage, which I know some people like and, you know, love, but I don't like something that's super cakey and super full coverage. But this concealer, I don't mind a full coverage concealer as long as it doesn't cake up and crease. I think between this and the Tarte Shape Tape, I like them right now currently the same amount, so I wouldn't be able to tell you like this is 100% better than that, but it is up to par. Like if you were looking for a concealer that was something like the Shape Tape, this is a good option for you. I wanted to just do a quick first impressions video on this. I'll update you guys in more videos. I hope my voice didn't annoy you guys too much in this video. I tried to keep it as short as possible, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.